Welcome to today's training. On today's training, I'm going to show you how to build a simple online business that will give you freedom, the freedom you have always desired. And while I share my screen, I want you to just leave in the comment section, just comment and tell me where you are watching from. I just want to see, how far this training is traveling today. So let me share my screen. But while I share my screen, please go ahead and feel free to actually, put in the comment section where you are watching us from today. All right. So I can see Ralph from the UK. You can see Paul, Nathaniel from Nottingham. I can see Ola. I think Mike, Kenneth. Oh, beautiful people. So glad to have you join me today. So now we start. So today I said, come and learn how to build an extra source of income that can give you more freedom, more choices, and more time for the people you love. Because if the only way you earn more is by working more, every new financial goal will keep costing you evenings, weekend, and precious moments you can never get back. So I'm not going to, tell you, oh, how to make $10,000 a month, how your gurus always put these figures at your face, right? Today, I'm not speaking to you as a guru and an expert. Today's meeting, I call it a meeting, right? Is for me to talk to you, brother to brother, brother to sister, and let's rub minds together. And the next 25 minutes I'll be on this with you will be the most and the most important video you've ever watched this year. So watch it and see. So now let's proceed. So let me start and say, what if you could earn more money without always working more? I mean, let's say you work 35 hours, 40 hours a week, right? And you want to make more money. And probably the only option you are considering is probably working extra time, bank shift, challenges and all those. So what I'm putting to you today, what if you could actually earn more money without always working more? And I call this a practical masterclass delivered by me, and my name is Kelvin Ogumbi. So let's proceed. So now, before I tell you what we are going to talk about today, I want to tell you a short story. And while I tell you this story, don't worry about taking notes, right? I just want you to just listen because somewhere along the way, you might recognize someone. And this is a story about a man. Let's call him a man. It could be a woman, right? Because you're a woman, but let's put it a man, right? Who left Africa and moved abroad. Let's say he moved to the UK, to America, Canada, Australia, or maybe in Europe, or even Asia, right? Now, the country is not really important now, but what's important is why he moved. He moved. He wanted something better, better opportunities, better income, better possibilities, and more importantly, a better future for himself and for the people he loved. His dream was very simple: work hard, well, build something, and give your family a better life. And this dream is what many of us can relate to. In fact, for most of us on this call right now, the dream is to work hard, earn well enough, build something, and then give your family a better life. And the truth is, this man in our story was not afraid of hard work. In fact, one of the reasons he has made it this far is hard work. Just like you, one of the reasons you made it this far, work as well, right? So he took a job, he started earning in a stronger currency, and his family back home was proud. Just like for many of you on this call, your family back home are proud of you, right? And he looked at him and thought, you have made it. And he felt like he had. And then he discovered something nobody really explained to him before he moved abroad. Life happened as it happens to many of us. We either have rent or mortgage to pay, the food to pay for, car payments, insurance, child health care for some that have got children, taxes, utilities, and all those expenses you never saw on Instagram, on those good life posts you saw convinced you to move abroad, right? And then, as we all know this, right, we have those occasional phone calls from home, and he also had it as well. Those phone calls whereby once you see your phone ring, you know that it's going to be one talking story that's going to make it touch your bank app and make it touch your account. If grandma is not swallowing middle, probably grandpa swallow shovel. You know that kind of story. And if you can relate, like yes, if you can relate to this story. All right, so now this man, right, he discovered something. Now, what he discovered was that whenever he needed more money, there was a very simple solution. And the simple solution is work more, extra shift, overtime, weekend shift, take a time job, agency work, agency shift, or maybe a second job, right? And depending on wherever you live in the world, you know what's totally different from what I've mentioned. And the principle is now the same. More hours equals to more money. And initially, it's so brilliant for many of us, the idea of working more hours, right? Move that people like, oh yes, I have energy, I can work hard, right? So there's always extra shift, there's always overtime, there's always weekend job, right? Always available, right? And guess what happened? Suddenly, the shift doesn't look bad, right? And if I've ever calculated what an extra shift will pay you before deciding whether to accept it or not, then just type me in the comment section. And the answer to everything become more work. You have a car problem, work more hours. Holiday is coming, work more hours. You want to move, you want to save faster, work more. When you're spending expensive, work more. Family needs something, work more. You want money for an investment, work more. And slowly something starts happening. Every Saturday feels doesn't feel like a Saturday anymore, right? Every day off doesn't feel like a day off anymore. And maybe for you it's Sunday, maybe evenings, maybe night shifts, but maybe you even have an entire second job. But the principle is still the same. The time that was supposed to belong to you has become another opportunity to make more money. Every time you need more, you give away little more time. Now, this man kept telling himself, hey, I'm doing this for my family. Right? He wasn't lying because he was doing it for his family. Not like many of us, we are doing this for our family, right? He wanted to provide, he wanted the children to be comfortable, he wanted savings, he wanted his wife, his spouse to be comfortable, he wanted to support family back home, he wanted everyone he loved to be okay. But eventually, he noticed a very painful pattern. And now, the thing he was doing for his family was taking him away from his family. What did I say? The thing he was doing for his family was increasingly taking him away from his family. You need to understand that. See, your children want you at home more often, right? Your spouse, your husband, your wife wants you at home. They want to spend time with you. Your body wants rest. In fact, if you're a Christian, your God, if you're a Muslim, whatever you believe in, I believe in God, your God also wants you to spend time with Him as well. Your friends invite you for party, you're unable to go to family functions, everything classes with the extra shift, the work hours, and all that because life is moving on around you. But the problem is that you have already accepted the shift, right? You've agreed to overtime. You have the second job. And you tell yourself, just this weekend, right? Until another financial goal appears. And one day this man asks himself, how long am I going to keep doing this? Now, hear what he didn't say. He only said, how long will I keep doing this? Meaning, how long will I have to keep, working more hours because I wanted to earn more money, right? So he didn't say, can I stop working? Because he wasn't afraid of work. But the question was, why does every attempt to make more money require me to give more of my life and more of my time? And now, see, here's the interesting part, right? Here's the interesting part. I haven't really been telling you the story of a random man, right? I have been describing some of you on this call. Maybe you're a man, maybe you're a woman, maybe you're single, maybe you are married, maybe you have children or not. Maybe you don't even work shift, maybe you work 11, 9 to 5 and you have another job. Maybe you're watching from Birmingham, London, Manchester, Toronto, Houston, Atlanta, New Zealand, Sweden, anywhere in the world right now. This, somewhere around the world, this is not that important, right? But if every time you need significant money and your first answer is, how can I work more? You need significant money, your first answer is, let me look for bank shift, let me look for extra shift, let me look for a second job, let me look for a part-time job to add to what I'm doing. Then this story, you are the person in this story, and I just describe some part of your life. And if that's the case, feel free to type that's me in the comment section. See, and there's something I also need to tell you, to be honest. I'm not just describing you. I was also describing myself because I have lived my own version of this. And I'm not here to look down on anybody with a job. I'm not going to tell you, quit your job. I'm not going to tell you, how those people tell you, like, oh, your salary is a bribe given to you. No, I'm not going to tell you all those. I'm not going to tell you how you are slaving hours doing the job. Nah, I'm never going to tell you that. And I'm not going to tell you that working for someone is stupid because it is not stupid, right? Because the job have helped you build the life you have today. My job did as well. But something changed the way I thought about money. And the more I wanted more than money. I wanted time. And the truth is, if you look at yourself, you can see deep within your heart that you want more than money. You want time. So for me, it became about my wife and my child because I wanted to provide for them, obviously, right? But I also wanted to be present. I wanted to be a present dad. I wanted to be a present mom. Sorry, a present husband. I didn't want my child's memory of me to be, oh, daddy works hard, daddy's always at work, daddy's always away, I don't want my children to say, oh, daddy, I understand, I understand that you have to work to take care of us. I don't have got the memory I want my children to have of me, right? So I want my child to say, daddy was here. I want my child to say, I'm having an event in school today, and I'm very sure my daddy will show up, right? I have an event to go, but I'm very sure my daddy will drive me there. I wanted ordinary moments, the weekends, the bedtime, the family days, the random conversation, days you play in the park, days you play in the garden, days you take a long stroll in the evening, right? Because one thing became obvious to me. See, money can return, but time will never return. See, if I lose £100 today, if I don't, make another £100, right? If I lose £1,000, it's going to pain me, but with time, I can make another £1,000, right? But the Saturday I miss with my family, those moments I miss with my children, with my child, with my wife, I can't get them back. And same thing goes to you. Those beautiful moments you miss with your family because you have to be far away from work, you won't be able to get it back. Fine, your children understand, your wife or even your husband understand why you have to work, right? But the truth is they want you more. They want you to spend more time with them, right? They want to, and you get it. So once that time is gone, once you miss those moments, it is gone and you can never get it back. So the old question needs to be, how can I work more? Now, the next question should be, what can I build? What can I build? See, instead of you asking, how can I work more? I started asking myself, what exactly can I build? Something that I own, something I could create around my existing responsibility, and something that wasn't completely dependent on somebody putting me on a rota, on a schedule, right? Something that I was like something where I wasn't creating the work from zero every time somebody paid me. And now, eventually, this circle, right? I give it a name. A circle whereby you need more money. When you need more money, you work more hours and you lose more time with your loved ones, right? You need more money, you work more hours, you lose more time with your loved ones. I call it the overtime trap. And don't misunderstand me. Overtime is not bad, right? Extra shift is not bad. As much as you can work extra shift, go ahead. As much as you can get a second job, go ahead. As much as you can work overtime, right? Go ahead. But you need an extra $500, the £500 urgently, and you have a reliable way of earning it. That is great. But the problem now is when working longer hours becomes your only strategy for making more money. Why? Because it will cost you many things. Your health, your body needs rest. It's going to cost you, if you're a Christian, for example, it's going to affect your relationship with God. You know this, right? So if you're a parent, you are married, it's going to cost you might miss out on important moments in family. I'm not talking about you working 11 months a year being away and then probably looking for 2 weeks spending 2 weeks and probably 4 weeks in a year in a year to go on vacation, right? No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being constantly present. Your spouse, your children don't want you to be a parent, a daddy, or a mommy that out of 12 months in a year, you work for 12 months, right? You work for 12 months and 2 weeks. For 11 months and 2 weeks, then you now find 2 weeks to go for one vacation whereby you might not actually sleep all day because you are very tired and all that, right? They want you constantly present because a lot of things are going on in the life of your loved ones. A lot of things are going on in the lives of your parents, right? Of your children, right? And they want you to be present. If you're not present, they don't want to share with you because you come back from work tired, they are going back to work tomorrow again. You don't think they want to share with you what's going on with them because, oh, mommy is tired, dad is tired. Don't let me bother. Oh, my husband is tired, my wife is tired, and he's going back to work tomorrow again. Don't let me bother. Don't let me bother. You don't understand now. So you think now it's not bad if you have, you need 500 pounds urgently, the extra shift, the second job. It's not bad, right? But the problem is when more work becomes your own strategy for making more money, is where the problem is, right? So now let's proceed. Now, and that became my biggest realization that I didn't necessarily need to escape my job, right? I wanted to escape total dependence on my job. I didn't want job plus more job plus more job. I wanted job plus something I own, right? And that distinction changed everything for me. So now see, you already know how to work hard. So I'm not going to tell you work hard or work smart. You work hard enough. In fact, the reason why you're on this video right now to this point is because you work hard. And I give you kudos for that. The things you've done. Look at you've moved to a new country, you've built career, you've adapted to a new system, you've looked after your family. In fact, for some of you, you've learned a new language, a new culture, a new food. You started again, you started a new career, you demonstrated that you can work. So maybe the chapter you need right now is not to learn how to work harder. Maybe you need to learn how to build, right? And that's what eventually led me to digital products. This is my experience, this story so far. Because as one of the simplest formats, right? I discovered was something almost everybody watching this already knows how to work on, and that's PDF, right? And I know that you might be thinking, like, wow, now PDF, like from where to where, right? You might be thinking that, and believe me, I thought the same thing. Like, you're like, Kelvin, PDF, you pay money for PDF, right? See, I had that same question. But here is the misunderstanding. People do not buy PDF. People buy solutions, right? People don't buy PDF, right? They say PDF is just the container, right, that you use to deliver the solution. People want to pay for solution, for a remedy, for something that will change their lifestyle. You want to pay for a plan, a framework, convenience, organization, a shortcut, a specific help, a solution to something they care deeply about. And they don't want information. They want a tangible outcome. For example, if you have, God forbid bad thing, right? Let's say if you have a problem with your teenage child, right? What you are thinking of is solution. Let's say your relationship is not that great and you want to make the relationship better. You're not thinking of, oh, I need a PDF. What you're thinking of is, how do I solve the relationship problem with my child I have with my teenage daughter? Right? My marriage is losing spark. How can I reignite the spark? You're not saying I need PDF. What you're thinking about is, how do I solve this problem? You get now. So people to understand that your PDF is just a format that you are using to deliver the solution to people. And see, for example, somebody has an exam, right? Someone who has an exam is not thinking, oh, if only I can get a 57, a 47-page PDF, I'm going to pass this exam. No, what they are thinking of is, I need help. I want to pass this exam, right? And that is why when they seek solution in the PDF, they don't care whether it's in the PDF or it's in a device or it's in a, whether they don't care whether it's in an app, right? Or whether it's an audio book or a video. All they need is this solution will help me pass. They pay for it. So someone somewhere is struggling with a particular problem in their relationship, their career, finances, hobby, or daily life ones, right? Their lifestyle. So it's solution we are selling. We are only packaging this in a PDF. And then it's not just solutions, right? It is solution that solves a deeper pain. It's a solution that solves survival level pain. Solution to problem they are already spending money on. So meaning we are not educating them, we are not informing them about their problem. They are aware that they have this problem. In fact, many of them have paid for this solution in the past. So what we are doing is to show them a different mechanism that can actually, solve their problem, especially when all the solutions they find has failed. And this is why I call it a survival level pain. Now, not necessarily survival literal, but I mean a problem that is painful enough that they want is solved. In fact, they are really trying to actually, solve the problem. And these are problems whereby they are awake in the middle of the night, they are Googling it. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night to actually, know your symptoms, who your problem, right? They're watching videos about this problem. They are reading it on forum. They are looking for magazines. They are asking on Reddit. They are joining Facebook group. They are looking for conferences that will be. They are looking for a safe space, right? They are looking for professional. They are looking for solutions to it. They are searching Amazon, Shopify, TikTok, for solutions to this problem. So, and they're also buying products, they're also buying solutions that they are trying, so they are trying different solutions. So this market already exists. So your job is not to manufacture desire. Your job is to understand, the desire behind this they are paid. And that's why we deliver it to them in the PDF format. So don't ask and say, what PDF should I make? If you start, you have set up yourself to fail, right? You ask yourself, what painful problem are people spending money to solve? So you don't ask yourself, what PDF should I make? You ask yourself, what painful problem are people paying money to solve? And this is one of the biggest mistakes beginners make, right? They start with, what should I create? That's not the right approach. You have to start with, what do people desperately want solved? So it's pain first and then solution. Pain first, then solution. And that we're talking about the product, right? The product is the solution. So you think about their pain first. Now, so let's do something now. So I want to, this video, I want to just, for 10 seconds, I want you to write out 3 problems you know someone you know could be facing. It could be a career problem, it could be a career problem, it could be a financial problem, it could even be a relationship problem, right? Now you've wrote now, let's assume you've written the 3 problems, right? Now, take a look at it now. Just think about what they are going through and how they are actually, and how much you actually want the problem solved. Now you can see that you're already beginning to think like a product creator, right? Am I making sense, right? So now see, so now another question you might want to ask me is, Kelvin, okay, I've read you, but have you actually made money doing this? Because I know that the long talk I'm talking, the cocoa is, okay, are you making money from this, right? It's a very good question because okay, I'm not going, if I was in your shoes, I'm not going to listen and learn from someone, who is telling me about a business model that they've not used or made money from. So I'm going to show you my result. So my first result was this. Look, last month, this was delivered to me. I don't know if you see clearly. This is Nesty. So Nestige is a payment platform I use to receive payment for all my PDFs, right? So Nestige is like Stripe, like Paystack, right? It's like Seller. So that's where I do. That's what I link to my PDF so that people can pay for it. I pay from all over the world. My name is Kelvin Ogumbi, and they call it Nestige Trailblazer Award, presented to Kelvin Ogumbi for crossing the 10,000 sales milestone. So this was sent to me to my doorstep in the UK. When I made my first $10,000 selling PDFs. So put that aside. Now let me show you some of my results. I'm going to show you live results. So now, first of all, let's move here. First of all, so this is my email. Just want to show you, how let me refresh this page. Let me duplicate this page just for you to see that this is actually, this is actually, this is actually email and all that. Yeah? So you can see it's moving. So now let's go to this. Now this is the most important thing. So now, from selling PDF, for selling PDF data products, I've made $16,000, so basically almost $17,000 at the time I'm doing this video. Now, so let's do some analysis here. So last 28 days, $22,500. This is last month. Last month I did $5,000. Last month I did $5,000, about $5,000. So let's look at the month of June. Let's look at the month of June. $4,411 in the month of June. Let's see what happened in the month of May. Let's see what happened in the month of May. May, how many days of May have it been? Right? Okay, let's see. What's happening? This is no. Okay, this is May. What's happening? Who is that is doing me like this? Okay, so. Let me first do May 31st. Okay, so look at this 22nd of May, 31st of May. That was 1 week. I made $1,000 in 1 week. So let me go again. Okay. You see, this is May 6th and May 7th. That's in 24 hours. I made $365. So Between May 6th and May 31st, I made $3,000. Let's see what happened in the month of April. Yeah, in the month of April, I made $2,854. I can go on and on and on and on like that, but that's not why we are here. So let's go back to our class. So I've shown you my results. So these are other results here. So this is my Trailblazer award. I put it on my Facebook when I made, so you can check that out on Facebook as well. Yeah, so just my thing. And this was the congratulatory note you are seeing here. This is the congratulatory note that was sent to me as well. So now let's proceed again. Now this was the day when I made 61 sales. That was 13th of July. Now this one of my PDF is the flat belly after birth method. I sold this one in Africa. This was a sale from Kenya, and this was around probably $11. This is another one. This is a booking relationship. This was a sale from Canada, $16. Treated like a coin. It was a relationship. I did this PDF myself. So this was a PDF I created for women in their. I know from research, I noticed that women in their 30s, from mid 30s and above in diaspora, struggling to find partner. Not that they're not saying men, but many men are time wasting. So I created this PDF to show them how to filter on serious men fast enough, very fast. Right? So let me proceed again. So this one, I actually have to cover this book because this is my best-selling book so far. It gave me over 7,000. So it's touching my total income here. So this one, I don't know this currency, NAD, right? 432. I'm covering the names because data protection and all of that. This is another one here. This one I made this one is $26 per sale. Because imagine you have a PDF that gives $26 per sale, right? If you make 10 sales in a day, it's like you are working. It's like you have a second job that pays you $26 per hour and you work 10 hours. You get the matter. Don't put it this way now. No matter how busy you are, right? No matter how much extra work hours you work, you can't, you can't. How will I put it now? You can't work. You can't work. You can't work 24/7 now. You are not imagine. You just break down. You are not clock, right? So now let's imagine you work 40 hours a week. Yeah, you know how your job practically 7.5 hours a week and all that. No. Now if you want to work extra hours, right? You can't work double. You can't work 70 hours a week, right? So probably at most, I probably want to work an extra 30 hours, an extra 20 hours, right? You get that now. So now let's say look at this PDF now, right? This one is 20. In fact, I have one I started. This one is for pet lovers. I'm selling for $39. So now let's imagine you have a PDF that's $26 and you make 40 sales in a week, right? That is $26 times 40. You make 40, sorry, you make 40 days in 40 sales in a week, right? It's like having a second job without going for the second job. It's like having an overtime without going on overtime. So remember what I told you from the beginning, now to work more, right? How to make more money without working longer hours. So if you're able to jump on something like this, you need to spend more quality time with your loved ones. This is another one again. I made 100 sales from this one in the month of May when I launched this book. Now, this is some of my PDF class. So this particular one, 207 sales so far, giving me $7,250, over $7,000 here. This is another one here. I've given me, let me see this figure clearly. This one has given me $2,700. Let me look at this one. Let me see this one again. So it's giving me $1,900, almost $2,000 as well. So that's it now. Let me proceed now. Let's proceed. So now you can see, I've shown you screenshots already. So in my own journey, I've done about $16,000, right? And this like $16,000. This I'm talking about space of 3 to 4 months, right? And I also have other option payment platforms that I used to receive payment like if I'm selling to places like Bangladesh, India, Philippines, and the likes here. So different payment to not if I don't usually NetSuite, right? But NetSuite is the only one that gives plat, so I have to show that, right? So now let's proceed. So now you need to hear me clearly. These are my results, right? And I'm not showing you, I'm not showing you and saying, oh, if you give me $7, you make $3,000. £37, you're going to make $3,000 next month. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying pay $100, you make $3,000 next month. No, you see, I'm not like a regular guru, right? I'm going to say, or you buy this program for $997, in the next 30 days, you're making 10 grand a month. No, I'm not that. See, I'm not your regular guru. I'm just a concerned brother, talking to you, brother to brother, brother to sister. If a dad, you're talking dad to dad. If a mom, dad to mom. And if if you are not a dad yet or a mom yet, I'm sharing an experience for you, so that you can actually prepare well ahead, before you start raising children. So now, your result depends on your market, your product, your execution, and your marketing, your consistency, budgets were applicable, and many other factors. So I showed you my number just because I wanted to see what I've actually done, right? Result may vary, result may vary. You understand? So I'm just showing you what is possible. And your results can be better than mine. I don't let me go into the details now, but your result can also be better than mine. Yeah. So now, remember, I didn't start PDF because I have some strange passion for PDF files. No, I started because I wanted more options, right? I wanted another income source. I wanted something I own, and most importantly, I wanted control over my time. I wanted freedom, right? So, see, I don't really, I'm not really a reading type, right? And of all things to read, not PDF. So I'm not doing this because I love PDF. No, I want freedom, right? I want to have more control of my time. That's why I'm doing this. So people might be asking, can't people just ask AI? Well, absolutely, but this is why copy generic information into Canva and calling it a business is not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because generic information is everywhere. But you need to know that people pay for specificity, organization, convenience, practical framework, experience, creation, implementation, useful solution designed around their problem. And AI is just a tool. It doesn't, eliminate the need to understand people. Also, you might say, "Oh, I'm not an expert." Yeah, you don't need to pretend or lie that you're an expert because you're not. Because what we are going to do is to research, validate, organize, and create responsibly. And where something requires professional medical, legal, financial, or regulated advice, we will not pretend our solution replaces qualified professionals. No, we are going to build around regulations, right? Around experts, knowledge. Now, look at this. So I just found a new PDF now. Because for men in their 50s, it's something for men for diagnosis of prostate cancer. Now, one thing I make clear in the PDF is that this solution I'm teaching you does not replace your medicine for those on medication. It doesn't replace your doctor's appointment, right? This is just what I just said is what I just told them basically was this. I told them that this solution in this PDF, use it alongside your medicine, use it alongside your doctor visitation. You see now, that's the so you can say I don't have an audience. You don't need to have an audience. In fact, many of the products you are going to sell, right? Your audience will never comment or engage on it. Why? Because it's how will I put that? Is it for some of them, it could be a problem that is considered shameful. Now, for example, let's say you have a PDF on that helps, that helps a PDF that solves bedwetting problem for adults. Talking about people in their teenage, 18 and 20s, right? Now, if you are that person and you see a post on that, are you going to comment? Are you going to comment it's me? Are you going to comment I'm interested? No. Once you just take the post and go ahead and just pay for the solution and go. You get now because so what we need is a market, the problem, the product, the offer, and traffic. We don't need audience. We don't need we don't need some people have 10,000 followers and they're not even making $10. Right? So we don't need an audience in this one. They are going to build from scratch. Now you can say I'm not techie. Well, if you can use WhatsApp, you can browse websites, you can use basic online tools, you can drive a car, if you can follow simple instructions, if you know how to think, we can start somewhere. And because I'm not even going to turn you into a programmer, I'm only going to show you how to build. So the problem, so now you don't need another course. What you need is an implementation system, a system that will help you build practically one-on-one. And you need to understand that sometimes you buy courses and then you're not going to see 82 videos. And by the time you watch the video, forward that you got to call the 2026, and the video was created 2024 or 2021. It's not bad, right? And then you buy the course, you watch 6 videos, life happens, you get tired, you go back to your normal life. Then 2 hours later, again, you're back to lesson 7. So I don't want the PDF freedom blueprint, because that's what I'm recommending today. Become another course sitting in your account. I'm going to do something different for you because I want you to have results. So I call this the PDF Freedom Blueprint. It's a 30-day live implementation bootcamp. We start on the 4th of September because it's going to be live. We are doing it together, right? So it's not a, oh, you paid for the program. This is the videos. Go and watch it. You can call me or text me anytime you have a problem. No. We are building together. So I'm not saying, yeah, some videos, watch them, good luck to you, ask questions, reach out. No. We are building together, right? So we're not coming to watch videos, right? You are coming to build. And that's the difference. So you teach them, you implement, I show you, you build, right? Like we have a live meeting together. I teach you, I show you. After that meeting, you are going straight to implement, right? So I teach you, implement, I show you, you know, we review, we improve, we move forward, we make money together, right? So, and it's the first stages. So build, sell, and launch. So the entire 30 days, right? We follow these 4 stages. We find it, we build it, we sell it, we launch it. So we find it, build it, sell it, launch it. And now, so week one, we do the finding. We find market, pain, research, validation, product, and ideas. We identify who we are serving and what they are trying to solve. We are not guessing, we are not spending 2 weeks creating something nobody wants. We are first of all going to validate the demand first. Secondly, we build this, so we're going to research solution, structure, creation, and design. Then we turn the opportunity into an actual product. And I'm going to show you my workflow, right? The structure, the appropriate use of AI, creation, packaging. So again, we are using AI tools from beginning to, we are using AI tools from beginning to end. So you're thinking plus AI tools. Then we are betting solutions. And the third thing is going to be you sell it, right? So here, it's going to be your position, your offer, sales page, your checkout page where people make payments. And then we build the commercial side because if you have PDF sitting on your laptop isn't business. So we need an offer, a price, sales message, and a way to collect money for the payment. And the fourth thing is we launch it. So the hook, the creatives, the traffic, testing, optimization, and finally, we take it to the market. And we create messaging that will create. So we look at appropriate traffic strategies, right? So that's, like I said, we are starting on the 4th of September. So, and in these 30 days, our target is that we are going to build your first 2 to 3 digital products, right? We are doing it together, so you have all the support you need. And because we are building for 30 days, our implementation target is for committed participants, right, to work towards having their first 2 to 3 digital products built and launched. And that's our target. And I'm bringing the process, right? I'm bringing the guidance, the skill set for you. You are bringing your execution, and we are building together. We can't build together if you are not ready to work. So remember these words, because this is the hallmark of this program. I build, you build, we launch. You can say it. In fact, you can comment, I build, you build, we launch. Kelvin builds, you build, you can put your name, and we launch. That is the philosophy of this program, right? And this is for you. If you live in the UK, Canada, America, anywhere in the world, you work hard, you have a career, you have a job, but you need something beyond your salary. Like that the only solution to wanting more money is working more hours. You want to learn how to build something and you are actually willing to implement, then this is for you. But please don't join if you want guaranteed income without effort. You see, you notice from the beginning, what I've not done is to put testimonials in your face and show you how I help a 70-year-old grandma make 20 grand in a month. I help one retiree in California, to make 70 grand a month in his first 3 years. I'm not doing that. No, it's very easy to know. If it's a sell testimonial and sell dream, it's easy to do that, but no, I don't want to do that to you. So if you're fighting overnight riches, this is not for you, obviously. If you know you won't implement, it's not for you. So pick your money. You are looking for magic. Because for real, I don't want 500 people who just want to watch me, right? Because they like my presentation, right? I want builders. So because I'm going to invest my precious time into this, right? I'm going to invest because I've already spoken to my wife and child. I've been for September, I'll be a little bit busy. So, I have their permission already. So if I'm going to sacrifice some precious time to help you build, then you have to actually make it count, right? So because this is my founding cohort, I want success stories to eventually come out of this. So now, first of all, here's what you need to know. I have helped my friends, right? My friends, my church members, family members set up their successful PDF business and they are doing good numbers. In fact, I've helped quite more than 30, because there are people online who see my result and they're like, oh, Kevin, I'm sending PDF like you, I'm struggling. What are you doing differently? I've helped them get results, but I don't want to call them my students, right? Because I didn't practically teach them like in depth like that. Just share some ideas with them that help them. So that's why I've not, if you notice so far, I've not shown you this is my student that I help, my student for that I help, right? I could have done that, but no, I don't want to do that because I'm being transparent with you because I want this to be my first cohort. I want it to be because I've helped people, I've helped my church members, help my friends, help other people doing this PDF business, right? But now I want to help you from scratch. So you, my founding members, and we are taking biggest chance on each other, right? So now the question now is this: how much do you think would be a fair price to pay for this? How much do you think is going to be a fair price for the PDF profit blueprint? How much do you think would be a fair price? Now, the full funding cohort enrollment is £97, right? So if you're outside the UK, by the time you see the payments page, right, it's going to be converted to your currency, Australian dollar, US dollar, Canadian dollars, and the likes, yeah. If you're in Africa, to your currency. But today, you're not going to pay £97 rather. No, that's not what I'm going to charge you. What we are going to do. The earlier you pay, the cheaper it is for you. So, for example, if you are paying between the 10th to 16th of August, you are going to save £60 and pay £37 instead, right? If you are going to pay between 17th to 23rd of August, you are going to pay £57 instead of £97. If you are going to pay between 24th to 30th of August, you are going to pay £77 instead of £97. So from 31st of August to 24th of September, you will pay £97. So you see, so if the earlier you pay, the better. So for example, I'm recording this video on the 10th of August. I'm being sincere here, right? So if you are, let's say you're watching the video on the 17th of August, I'm sorry, you're going to pay £57, right? If you're watching the video on the 30th of August, you're going to pay £77, right? If you're watching the video on 1st of September, 2nd of September, you're going to pay £97, right? So the earlier you pay, the faster for you. And now you can check the button, the payment button is out there now, the payment link is out there, so you can start paying now, right? So now, what I'm saying is this: if you join latest 16th of August, at 10th to 16th of August, I think £7. After that is the next few days after that, I think that should be 17th to 23rd, it's £57, and then £77, £97. It's the same bootcamp, it's the same training, it's implementation. So the difference is simply when you decide. Now, please know that these are not fake deadlines. If not what I've not said, I've not said, oh, yeah, the price is £97 because you're on the call today, I'm giving 50% discount today. Now, that's you get. And I'm not saying, oh, the price is £97, but you are the first 20 people to pay. Now you buy, you now say, oh, first 20 people to pay. You go ahead and pay. Then you now realize that you're number 1050. Now pay. Not first 20. That's why I'm being transparent here. Like I said, £97, that's the price. But I want you, how will I put it up? I want you to join faster. This is here. I really want you, so you want you to join faster so that we can start preparing before the D-Day, right? Because there's a conversation I need to have with you. So you will pay between 10, because this video is done on the 16th of August, on the 10th of August, yeah? So if you are paying between 10th to 16th of August, you're paying £37. You pay between 17th to 23rd of August, £7. 24th, you pay between 24th to 30th of August, you're paying £77. You are paying between 31st August and 4th of September, you are paying £97. After 4th of September, I close the window. So the earlier you pay, right? The earlier you pay, the faster, right? So this is not a fake time. I'm not going to say fake scarcity. You can, if you have seen this video before 16, you can just wait till 17. You'll be surprised. You don't be surprised because it's going to be £57. So now, after about the price, right? The cost. So you can go ahead and make payment. The payment button will pop up. It's popped up already. So you can go ahead and make payment. Yeah. Just consider the cost of doing nothing. No, I'm not saying if you don't join, you're going to be broke and all that. No, that's disrespectful. And that's nonsense. You wake up tomorrow, you go to work, your life is going to continue. Beautiful life here. But that's exactly the point. Because if nothing changes, right, what will you do? The next time you need more money, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, what happens when you need another 1,000 pounds, £500, $100, $500, right? What's the solution, right? You want to work more hours again and you miss out on important on important family moments. In fact, many of you, in fact, you know you should go for checkup. The way you've overworked your body, you know you should go for checkup. But why you're not going for checkup is because for medical checkup, doctor will see something. When they see something, they'll place you on bed rest. And you know that one place on the bed rest. Now you don't want, because you don't want them to take away that freedom for you to work. But you're putting your body at risk. So you need to understand that there's a problem if as you grow older, you need more money, and the only solution is for you to work longer hours. Because when are you going to have time for your child, for your children, for your loved ones, right? What are you going to have? See, you need to understand this. So imagine your child has an event and he wants you to be there. And you're like, say, oh, baby, I'm sorry, my daughter, I love you. We have to go to work. Daddy needs to go to work. Mom needs to go to work. And give your child $500, for example. Your child is happy, you got money, right? And your child is at the event. Your child is performing well. And your child is being cheered and appreciated and applauded by strangers. How will your child feel? Because daddy and mommy is not there. Or mommy is there, daddy is not there. Or daddy is there, mommy is not there. How will your child feel? And then your child looks at the other colleague who is not performing well. But the daddy and mom, they are there. And they're saying, go, girl, go, my daughter, go, my son. Oh, this you get. So there are some parents, many of you can relate. Many parents now, they have teenage children. Now, they are trying to, be close to them, but because we're not closer to them when they're much younger, like, they don't have to figure life without you. And that's sad. In fact, some of you, the only thing, right? The only thing right now that is keeping your child, that's making your child, to sit still with you because they are depending on your money. Now ask yourself this: if my children can fend for themselves today, right? Would I mean so much to them? And if what you throw at everything to them is money, you won't mean so much to them, right? Because they can make their own money now. So what are you for? You're not there when they needed someone to talk to. You're not there when some colleagues at school were taunting them. You're not there when some teachers, when they feel some teachers were being unfair to them. You're not there when they're suspecting somebody in the neighborhood is actually kind to them. You're not there because you come back from work, you have your countenance, you are tired, and you're like, oh no, I have home tomorrow, let me go and rest. You see now, so that's the cost. That's the cost of being now. So you see, more hours, another shift, another weekend, another job, and maybe that one. But ask yourself, how many years do I want to remain? Do I want that to remain my only option? How many years do you want to keep going on like this? Right? Oh, some of you said, oh, I only do this for 6 months. Or for 6 months, I'm going to work extra hours. Look for the money. Look for the money I need, and then I'm going to work extra hours again. Hello, this is your 6th year. This is your 2nd year. Nothing has changed. So now, see, 5 years from now, right? 5 years from now, 1 month shift of working longer hours is still 5 years. But now look at how the last 5 years disappeared quickly. Now imagine the next 5 years. The next 5 years, your child is going to be 5 years old. 5 years older. Your toddler is not going to be older. Your older child is not going to be a teenager, right? Your spouse is 5 years older. You're also 5 years older. 5 summers, 5 Christmases, 5 sets of birthdays, multiple memories that you have missed because of work. Because see, time doesn't send you an invoice when it leaves. You just cover that time has gone. Time is not going to send you email like, oh, I've got, I don't, you're email likely. The next, I'm giving you 30 days. If you don't change in 30 days, I'm going to do no. You just wake up and realize that your children has grown, they've outgrown. You don't realize that, oh, your partner, you can't just a marriage, but you guys are living like, well, because both of you, you've gone ahead, or either one of you, you've gone ahead and you've worked so hard that you can't tired, they can't even share their day with you. Can't even share their day with you anymore. When last your child tell you something deep with their hearts? Because they know that you don't have time. They know that if I want to talk to my daddy and I need to have 2-3 hours with me, focusing on me. Oh, daddy is tired, mommy is tired. Oh, I'm going to talk to my friend. And before you know it, their friend might mislead them, right? So it's not about quitting your job. I'm talking about building options and having freedom. You can go ahead and pay. Just go ahead and make payment. And you can see people have already started making payments, right? So I'm not telling you to quit your job. Of course, I'm not going to listen to me, right? I'm not going to say Don't work extra hours. Of course, I'm not in position to talk to you. But what I'm going to say is this. I'm asking you, what are you building alongside your work? See, if you don't know what I'm not telling you not if you lose your job today. If you lose your job today, you get another job. You have work experience, right? We are in the abroad, we can even if the job we don't like, even if it's physically demanding, we always get another job. Yeah, there are always agency here and there. But so you see, I'm not saying, oh, what if you lose your job, blah blah blah. I'm not talking about how you can be in the beach, sipping whatever you want to sip, crossing your leg and all that. No, I'm talking about freedom, so that you can have time for your children, for your loved ones, for the things that are important to you. Many of you are Christians. When was the last time you had that fellowship, that long devotion? Some of you wake up and you're beating your Father, I thank you for today. Lord, I know I'm nothing without you. Oh, you're nothing with you. Again. Now back from work before you say in Jesus' name, before you say Alhamdulillah, you have looked up your time. How long do you want to keep living that way? So the goal is not, I'm not going to stay about losing your job. You're not going to lose your job. But the thing is, you need option, freedom to do what you want, when you want, and how you want. And this is what the PDF freedom blueprint gives you. So you can go ahead and make payment now. So remember our man, the man in the story we shared earlier, the man looking for a better future. Do you remember that man in the story we shared with? The man who said, I'm doing this for my family. But later realized that the thing he's doing for his family is even taking away from his family, right? That man that's discovered that any more always seems to require more time. Remember that man I told you? That man is not a random man. That man is you. That man is you. So maybe the PDF, profit blueprints is the next step. Maybe it's not. That's the division, but I want to leave this meeting, right? To just receive another piece of information. I want to make a decision and do something about it, right? Because knowledge without implementation does not change anything. See, what I'm saying is this: even if you're not going to pay for this PDF freedom blueprint, but I want the words I've said to you today should make you start thinking: how can I have freedom, right? Freedom. So I'm talking about those. I'm talking about those freedom that I'm talking about those freedom that you have during your annual leave. Like don't go on vacation with you. No, that's not the freedom I'm talking about. Your children want you to be involved in their day-to-day activities. There are some things in the life of your spouse, your child, that can't wait till when you're on leave. The leave you might actually even doze off, or probably even look for freedom, look for an extra job to do, or probably do some training and exam. Right? Your children they want to be with you daily. And if you live in the Western world, things they solve for your children's school that you don't know about. A lot of things are going on in your partner's place of work. And you don't know about, and they want to talk to you. But because you are so busy, right? As you are back from work, you go to work, you're back from work. In fact, some of you, you don't have an extra job, but you go to when you're back from work, you carry work to the house again. Come on. Your partner needs time with you. So you have two parts, right? Part one, keep thinking, keep watching, keep procrastinating. Part two, start building. And you start by getting this PDF profit blueprint. You can close this webinar. You can go ahead and watch another 50 videos on YouTube. You can save another 27 Instagram reels. You can ask ChatGPT a million questions. And 6 months away from now, you keep saying, I've been thinking about starting something online, right? No. You can see that say, sorry, enough is enough. I've stopped enough of thinking. I want to build. That's what you can say today. Start building. Start building because the most important things in your life are begging for your time. And if your only option, if you work an extra hour, you don't have this freedom, many of these things, there are some relationships that might just suffer. You will miss out on moments. And the money you are chasing, see, you can't see if for every event, for every moment you miss, important moments in your children's life, right? You can't buy that, but I'm going to show you the story. So one day, a child called the dad and said, Daddy, how much do you earn per hour? And the guy said, and the dad said, I earn at least $100 per hour. And the boy said nothing. The following day, the guy went to meet dad, the dad, and said, you can me this. I said, Dad, I need $100 for something urgent. The father gave the child $100. And guess what the guy did? He now said, Daddy, this $100 you gave me, I'm giving it back to you because I want to buy 1 hour of your time because I want to talk to you. You hardly have time for me. Now, how does that sound in your ear, right? Don't wait till your child does that to you and says, okay, Daddy, okay, your child says, oh, Daddy, how much do you earn per hour? I earn 20 pounds per hour, I earn 30 pounds per hour. And your child saves up money for that pocket money. And one day, the kid packs 180 pounds and gives and say, Daddy, this is how much, this is, you earn 30 pounds per hour. So in 6 hours, you earn 180 pounds per hour. So take this 180 pounds and I need you to listen. I need you to stay with me for the next 6 hours. With the way you are going, your child might try this with you. So if you are ready, click the button, join us. September 4th, come and ready to watch. So this is not to collect another certificate. They're coming to build, right? They're coming to build. So I want to leave you with this. Your job is not your enemy. Your hard work is not your enemy. Overtime is not your enemy. The danger is just the danger is you allowing more work to remain the only strategy for creating, the only strategy you have for creating more income. And if you already know how to work, right? So you need another shift. You don't need something. What you need is something you own to enjoy family, to enjoy your faith, to enjoy your God too, to enjoy your fellowship and relationship with God. How many of you, if you go to church, you feel disconnected because it's been a long time, right? Don't forget, the fee is actually 97 pounds, right? But the earlier you join, if you join between 10 to 6 of August, between 10 to 6 of August, I paying 37 pounds. After that, 57 pounds, 97 pounds, 97 pounds. Just like I explained clearly, like this pricing is very clear. You can't miss it. If you pay between 10 to 6, if you are 6th of August, 37 pounds, 17th to 23rd of August, 57 pounds, 24th to 30th of August, 77 pounds, from 35th of August, 27 pounds. You can't miss this. So, what I want to ask is this: will my visa allow me to do this? Your visa will let you do this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you can actually get paid in your local currency. I'm based in the UK. But let me show you something. This is the platform I use to receive payment. So I'll go to my branch settings. I'm going to go to payments. I'm a Nigerian. I'm based in the UK. This is Providus Bank. This is where my payment goes into. So every payment I receive goes into my Naira bank, right? It goes into my Nigerian bank account. So there's no trace of it in the UK. Yeah? If you know what I mean. So how many hours per week do I need to do this? Very important. After the launching and everything, maybe 5 hours per week. Because 5 hours just for you to pack your sales, check whether you need to tweak some things, probably you want to add, and you want to upsell and all that. That's what you do. So this is not how I put it. I'm not telling you to quit working an extra hour, to come and work an extra hour doing this, right? No. I need to show your face. No, you don't. I have different books. I have different PDF, relationship, health, for pets, and I'm not sure if I'm not even using, I'm using a pen name, right? Just like you have musicians, WWE wrestlers who don't use their real name. That's how you're going to use professional pen names. And do you need followers? Like I said, you don't need followers because in fact the product you're selling, because they are solving problem, many people don't want to publicly say, show that they have it. Because imagine you put like I said, imagine your product solve bedwetting for adults. An adult to not even follow your page or even comment because doing that means, oh, they have a problem. And like imagine someone comes and starts saying, oh, that's not have this problem. So you don't need that. So before you finish, imagine two versions of yourself from now. One version change nothing. That person still works hard, still provides, still do their best. But every time they need more money, the answer is work more hours. So you can do version two. The version two that gets the PDF freedom blueprint, how that learn how to build, right? So now, what you should ask yourself is, can PDF freedom blueprint change my entire life, right? The question you should ask is, am I ready to build something different? Am I ready for something that's going to give me freedom? If the answer is yes, click on the link, September 4th, join me. I build, you build, we launch, right? So that's it. You can go ahead and click, you can go ahead and click on the payment option. So like £7 is the price, but if you pay earlier, for the dates you pay will depend how much. So you just check, you get so you just check and see that the payment date are changed. So I'm not saying this to scare you, to let you pay fast. No. If you want to think about it, it's good. Probably think about it and probably by 30th of August, you think about it then. £7, good luck. Not really, right? Or let's say, oh, you want to think about it in month end. Well, month ends month end of the 1st of August, I pay £97. So the ball is in your court. So once you make payment, the payments will direct you to my WhatsApp, right? So you go ahead, make payment, and I'm going to I'm going to see you on WhatsApp. So see you. Have a blessed day. So just to show you just a bit of a recap again. You can see just to show you some of my PDF again. Let me go back here. See, this one have made me over $2K, over $1K. This one made me 7.2, so over $7,000. 100 sales. The sale is giving me $26. The sale is giving me 432 NAD. I didn't even know the quantity that was that currency. $16 in sales. And all like that. Over 10, over $16,000 done in sales. Selling PDF, right? So go ahead, join the class. Go ahead, secure your slot. I'm going to see you in the community, in the class. Thank you.